Anthony LeBlanc is with us. Anthony, obviously this is a huge day, not only for the city of Tucson, but also for the Arizona Coyotes. First question, why Tucson? Why the appeal?
Well, it was a process we've gone through for the last number of years. When the discussion about a Pacific Division in the American Hockey League first came about, happened to be the first year that we owned the club back in 2013. So we started looking immediately of where would we put a franchise if we were lucky enough to purchase one? And Tucson remained number one at the list from the beginning right through the process. You know, initially it was pretty simplistic. It was, hey, it's 100 miles from Phoenix, and it's the second largest market in Arizona with 1 million people. But as we started diving into it and looking at things like the number of people that buy Coyotes tickets that live in Tucson and drive to Glendale to watch a game, as I mentioned in the press conference, tens of thousands of people do that on an annual basis. That's a very good sign. What we've been able to see here with the University of Arizona's hockey program, the number of people that come to those games, again, a very good sign. So it all came together and it just made sense.
Now, believe it or not, in the offseason when I'm not doing games, I'm actually doing some research. And I did some research yesterday, Anthony.
Yes, you did. I saw it on Twitter.
And we are Arizona is one of 5 states that has a National Hockey League franchise, an American Hockey League franchise, and a collegiate program at the NCAA Division I level. So it's taking off, is it not? I mean, and is that not the ultimate goal of the organization, to spread the hockey, if you will, across our great state?
Well, absolutely. I mean, that was the other reason. But as I've said before, I watch social media a little too much, and I saw your tweet. And what really stuck out to me is the fact that you mentioned 5. Are we the 5th? So you have states
5th,
like
yes.
Michigan, Ohio, New York,
yes.
And who am I missing? Minnesota, perhaps?
Michigan.
And anyhow,
yeah.
I mean, look at those are hockey states. The fact that it's not California,
right.
It isn't Texas, it's Arizona. That shows a lot. And as we were talking about, and you mentioned in your comments, the growth of the sport from the participation level of youth. The fact it's over 7,000 kids registered to play the game in the state, and we're the top growing percentage-wise in the country. That's exciting. And this announcement today and our work down here will only accelerate that.
I know seamless is maybe a word that has been brought up too up at the offices in Glendale, and it seems like just hearing from Dave Tippett and John Chaika and yourself today that you want a seamless approach, that you want a very open, collaborative approach, and it sounds like there's going to be a lot of ties. We know the American Hockey League is one step away from the National Hockey League, but it seems at all levels that's going to be the approach?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that John and Dave and I and Gary Drummond and Andy Barraway have talked about repeatedly over the last number of months is we need to be an open organization with no walls. There's a hockey side, there's a business side. Yes, we all have our individual roles, but that's no different than if you dive down into those departments. I mean, I have a finance department, we have a sales department, but everybody needs to be on the same page. Everybody needs to be rowing in the same direction. The fact that all of our decisions that are being made now obviously include Andy and Gary from an owner's perspective. Of course, I'm a part owner as well, but I wear the hat as the head of business. John wears the hat as the head of the hockey division. We have to collaborate and be communicative.
And finally, the cooperation from the city of Tucson, Mayor Rothschild, the city council, Rio Nuevo, the Tucson Convention Center here. The fact that you were able to pull all this together, I mean, the cooperation is something else, isn't it?
It has been an actual dream working with these organizations. From Rio Nuevo, who we indicated, the city of Tucson has been fantastic. There were no pushovers, that's for sure. I mean, it was although it was a compressed time frame, we went through an exhaustive process of making sure that the final license agreement was, as I said, the old cliche of win-win, but it truly is. But there was a lot of work from the city side and the city administration, from the city manager Mike Ortega to the city attorney Mike Rankin and Elaine Beecher, who headed this project. They've been great. They've been just an absolute breath of fresh air to work with.
Anthony, a huge day for the city of Tucson and a huge day, obviously, for the Arizona Coyotes. Congratulations. Look forward to seeing what's on the ice right behind us come October.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Matt.
All right, that's Anthony LeBlanc, the president and CEO of the Arizona Coyotes. And really, this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to information. It's going to be a busy offseason, so keep it right here where you got it at ArizonaCoyotes.com.